2007 first show was Iron Man.
Right.
Iron Man is my favorite show because it has the best lights. So
Right.
for my kind of fullness illusion that I presented, that would be the show. But then in the meantime, I got suspended by the IABB, so I never made it back on the stage.
Right.
Right now is not the same.
Didn't you catch on fire around that time too?
I'm sorry?
Didn't you light yourself up and catch yourself on fire at some point around that time?
No, that was back in 2004.
Oh,
2004, okay. Yeah. But just to tell you, no, because,
John, you only got a heart attack. Milos caught on fire. I think that's worse.
I've heard the story, and I've actually seen the pictures of the show he's talking about with Jay Cutler, and he looked amazing.
Yeah.
But he forgot to tell me the catch yourself on fire story. Milos. I haven't heard that.
Okay. Well, let you guys tell you. 3 minutes is going to be interesting for the listeners. So I was hired to be in a movie, and I was actually main character. I was a German caretaker. It was like When Shadows Die, a scary movie that's supposed to have like 4 parts, like Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Anyway, there was a scene that I'm in the barn with this other guy, and this guy is Tom Proctor. He was actually acting in first Friday the 13th.
Oh.
And he is a stunt man. He does this for 20 years. I never did stunts, but I was like, oh no way, I'm gonna do all my stunts. I'm an athlete, right? So I was jumping from the roof. I was doing all kinds of stuff. But this one thing is gonna be explosion. You're gonna have to step on an air ram, and air ram catapults you like 50 feet away. So okay.
Hold on. So let me stop you a second. You're on a device that's going to propel you in the air 50 feet?
Yes.
Are you out of your mind?
No, I'm not on it. You have to run and step on it.
Oh.
You see, because it's a low-budget movie, so if camera is in front, you're here, and explosion is going to be behind you.
Right.
So when they initiate the explosive,
yeah,
you have to step on it. You would be ahead of explosion, and then it's going to catapult you, so you're safe.
What is it, Milos? This sounds like the Roadrunner and the Coyote story. I mean,
I was the Roadrunner, but let me just.
You were the Coyote, my friend. You aren't the Roadrunner.
Because it's really interesting and people don't understand. So of course I'm there. I don't even consider something can go wrong. Why would it go wrong? Okay, this is a job, we're going to do it. So it is. They are just 2 air rounds for me and that gentleman. So let's do the tryout. And so you measure your step and say, okay, 4th step, 1, 2, 3, 4. You step on an air ram and it catapults you. Okay. So, it's a camera rolling, action, 1, 2, 3, 4. Both of us hit it. And, we didn't go far. We went straight up. So what goes up must come down. And I fell down pretty good, but he injured his foot. And now it's like, oh, this was too far up, let's adjust it. So now 2nd tryout, we hit at the same time, and he screamed like you've never heard anybody screaming.
Right.
So I came back to see him. His bone was sticking through his jeans.
Oh.
It was horrible, because if you understep or overstep the air ramp, it's going to break your leg. No, he's, super tough guy. Guys.
At that point, you should have gotten the hell out of there. But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but listen, and there's the paramedics were there, right? So they grab him and they're going to take him to the hospital. And he just grabbed my arms. Milos, promise me you're going to do it by yourself. Like they're going to change the scenario. I would be at that point the only one surviving. So I have to do it. So okay, I promise. And now, you see, of course, I'm nervous about if I understep or overstep, that's
I don't blame
you. So, okay, they have to put a fire gel on you, right?
Oh, my
God. And fire gel, you look like you just jump into the water. This is what it looks like. I don't know how they pull it off on the screen that you don't look wet. But this is what it is. So now I'm surrounded with the explosive. I'm supposed to make 4 steps, hit, at the same time when they initiate an explosive, and then I would fly like Arnold did in the movie Predator. Remember? Right. You're supposed to
What are you supposed to land on when you go up in the air? When you come down, what do you land in?
Well, but listen, what happened? I'm there all the way back. So they usually say camera rolling, okay, and then action. Camera rolling, action. I made a 1st step, and explosion went off.
Oh my God.
So now look at it. Of course, I didn't think about it, and now don't inhale. I didn't even think about it. Thank God I didn't inhale, because if I did inhale, it would burn my lungs completely. Somehow, and let me just explain you. When you're inside the explosion, that's what they call hell times million. The oven, you're cooking. It's like heat is unexplainable, and a light. You can, if you would sit in front of me, I would not be able to see you. You can't see. It's super bright.
Right.
So because I measure my steps, I fortunately step on it, and it got me out of it. You know, so to knock on wood,
so you were in the middle of the explosion, actually, and that catapulted you out of the explosion.
Absolutely. So my skin burned, my eyes, and everything else. So every time I'm on your podcast and people look at my red face, oh, Milos has high blood pressure, he's going to die any moment. So I was going to post those pictures, but they're very,
I remember that was when I got in trouble, and I was out. I had to go to San Diego, and I had to deal with that case that I dealt with when I went to prison. And I met Milos with Rick Collins, who was my lawyer, obviously, at the time, and we went out to eat sushi together. Rick took us out, and Milos' whole face was all red. I guess you were just starting to heal up from that explosion. But
that's the one. Yes, exactly. So, John, if you didn't hear it, yeah, that's it. I was a movie star for a minute.